What is up, family, and welcome back to the channel. Please make sure to throw those A's in the chat. If you can hear your boy speak, go ahead and throw those A's in the chat right away. Let's go ahead and see what's going on in the markets today. What is up? What is up? What is up? Man, what is up, David? Good to see you here. Sebastian, what is good, dude? Yes, I am also with the Arca Bulls trading team. I encourage usually for the people to come over on the YouTube side so we can finesse the algorithm, right? But you, of course, are one of my primary analysts, dude. So, of course, I always like you by my side. You know what I mean, dude? But I love you, buddy. Good to see you here. What's up, Candace, the People's J, Lil AR15, what is up? And you got it, war, misery, conflict. I know. I sometimes people ask me if this is the what is it called? The micro cap Monday video, but no, I usually tend to put those micro cap videos together on, and you know what? I'm actually streaming to the the master students, right? So master students, please exit the building here, right? As I'm going to stop the stream here on Discord, and I'm going to go ahead and start off over there in the Arca Bulls Discord, okay, team? So my apologies here. I'm going to go ahead and finish the stream off, and then I shall see you over there, all right? Ian, love you, buddy. I'll see you guys over on the other side. So that is a disconnect. Let me just go ahead and join myself in the other one. I understand now why you were asking, right? So let me join up in here. What is up, Zoe? I see you in here, my dude. So let me just go ahead and start sharing the screen over here. I was wondering what was happening, but I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm supposed to be streaming on Discord, but I don't see it. And then Sebastian comes up in here. He's like, hey, where are you at? But I am here. And here is the screen, right, that we're going to be sharing, and everything is good. What is up, Ian? Good to see you, my brother. Good to see you there. The People's J, I see you in here, too. And who else am I missing? Yuka Frita, Joe H. What is up, my family? Always good to have you guys here. Very interesting stuff today in the market to talk about, right? As you can see, I have ticker symbol DWAC as it has been making some parabolic upsides, right? And that is because of what we're about to experience, I believe, tomorrow, right? So my buddy Options came by the stream, the master students, and he showed me let me go ahead and display to you this, okay? Let me see. I want to take a look at the link he provided, and we're going to observe this together, okay? Let me go ahead and zoom out just a little bit, and I'm going to show you my screen too, okay? So this is what he told me about, right? So it is, what is Super Tuesday, and how does tomorrow's voting work? So I assume that this is why we're catching a little bit of action here, right? So Super Tuesday on March 5th, 2024 is when the largest number of states will be holding presidential primaries or like, you say that, right? I'm not going to, you know what? I tend to stay away from words that are suspicious. All right. So, and that's for good reason. Okay. Not for personal reasons, for good reason. All right. Over a third of all available delegates for both the Republican and Democratic nominations are at stake on Super Tuesday. Okay, so that is why we are apparently keeping an eye on tickers like DWAC, and of course tied to DWAC. I don't know if it's still the case, but Created Inc. would also be one. ASTC and I believe Fun are all under or subsidiaries, or I don't know what you can call them. They're next to DWAC. Okay, so now Candace, I'm sorry. ¿Dónde está el crypto? It says Yuka Frita. I'm not sure, but if he does come on, let me see if he's already there. No, he's not there just yet. But as soon as he does come on, we will be chilling, and we'll let him in the building, right? Until then, we are chilling. Okay, so let me just go ahead and get some of this rolling, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and move on here. What else can we look at here in the chat? Who is saying what? Let's see. So are you on Discord? Got you, Sebastian. I got you, buddy. So now Mera Tesla Meta puts, right? Yeah. Hey man, listen, be careful out there, okay? Because I know that it seems just way too frothy, right? The markets are clearly overextended. It's grinding up. The thesis that we put together yesterday for both Tesla and Nvidia worked out like a charm, right? So we were able to benefit off that. So just let's tread lightly and let's make sure that we can observe the charts and see if we can identify potential weaknesses, right? Or strength, whatever it is. We'll see it with an unbiased eye, because I am risk off, right? I don't have any positions open at all right now. Okay, so let's see. So Candace is saying Supreme Court ruling came out today that they can't kick Trump off the ballot. So it seems as though we're going to get some rallying on these tickers, right? So Aaron is saying, can we look at Shiba Inu is a 330% run over, or are we going to see higher? LOL. I'm up 80% and $100 I put in, right? Shiba, I did see it. You know what? I personally have. I guess I'm lying. I do have a position in Shiba as well, right? So my average on Shiba is 4 zeros and 13, and I believe Shiba is sitting at 4 zeros and 30 or 40 now, right? It's pretty much gone up like freaking crazy. And so we'll take a look at that, right? I know that Bitcoin is approaching some ridiculous numbers up there, right? I think equivalent to maybe the all-time high already, right? So let's go ahead and just make sure that we can observe that price action as well. There you go. So 68,849. Our present all-time high is 69,000 flat, right? So the fact that it did not sell off tells you alone that this may actually succeed the upside of $69,000, maybe even overnight, right? So, or as we speak here. So this is a very, very, very impressive upside here from BTC. And it has just been performing the bull flag after bull flag after bull flag, right? This is what you can consider parabolic upside, right? So you are looking at a bottom side of $38,200 back in January 23rd. We are talking about 2 months ago. So yes, $38,000 to pretty much $60,000 over the span of these couple months. Incredible upside. Daniel Gonzalez coming up in here saying, what's up? Crypto mania is absolutely on. This thing is real as it ever is, as it ever will be. My goodness. And if you can just go ahead and observe this, just bear witness to this, right? Let me get rid of the magnet here because it's impairing the way that my tools react. So take a look at this. This is nothing but parabolic upside in volume, right? Complete green bars over the moving average and continuing, right? So let's you know what? This is actually on a standard chart. So let's go ahead and pull up the logarithmic chart and add a couple of indicators here, right? Let's add volatility and observe volatility versus momentum, right? So let's go ahead and put our volatility indicator on top, and then we'll go ahead and observe the broader markets too. We still have to observe the, of course, the S&P 500, NASDAQ. Let's take a look at XBI for biotechs. Let's look at the small caps at IWM for the Russell 2000. We have a few things to observe and a few things to consider for the coming days, right? So what I will say is that today, definitely, the IWM ticker acted per its normal movement. We definitely are used to seeing the inversion of small caps into, so saying that small caps would go negative or inverse to the broader markets, to big tech, right? So we finally got that. And so now FGCV saying good news on my GTI position and my SHIB to the moon on that hashtag, my bro. That is awesome. I am super happy to hear that some people do have that, right? So I'm personally holding SHIB from an average of 4 zeros and 1 3. And, just out of deep curiosity here, let me see where it is actually. So let me go ahead and click on SHIB and we'll just do against a US dollar here. Yeah, it's at 27 right now, retracing from 45. right? So yeah, I'm in down here somewhere from a few months ago, right? So and it's still up, and I'm just gonna hold it. Look at this. Look at this. This is representative of what's happening to uh uh to Bitcoin right now, right? So if we observe Bitcoin, it's probably retracing hard at this point. Let's see. Let's go into the hourly time frame, and there's probably just a massive candle, right? Huge drop, right? So it's very sensitive, man. So this, let's see, the drop is equivalent to, let's see, 68,200. It is at 67,500 right now. So yeah, it's dropping around $800, 700 or 800. It probably continues. The hourly closure is coming in 11 minutes, closing beneath this candle here, which is the prior bar low at 67,647. Below that, it's lights out, right? So lights out, bro. Cross my line. All right, so it would be around there, right? So keep an eye on the price action there, because if it does fail that zone, there could be supports to be found somewhere along the range of about, I would say 67.3 at best case scenario. I'm sorry, 67.1 or 67.2 at best case scenario, but the higher likelihood would land here at around 66,007. This can move in that fashion, right? Daily time frame ATR. Please notice right down here what you're observing: $2,345 ATR, and the day opened just about 5 hours ago here, and it opened up at 68,300. So, yeah. $66,000 66,000 flat could be, the bottom side here, right? So we have to be immaculately careful, right? So right around this bottom side here could be that extension. So that means that if you're reaching down to this area here, I don't see why BTC wouldn't just come down to 65,006 at this top side of the range before it actually moved onwards and upwards. This is just a pullback, team. This is normal per the opening range, right? It's only been about 4 hours since the day's open, and this could be making an entire round trip. So that means that when it comes back to the opening of the day, Bitcoin could make about 68. I think 70,000 would be your next target. It could be a full circle move when it does reach down to the 66. So let's see. War, misery, conflict, Dogecoin, right? So yeah, let's go. We'll go over all of those, right? So we have SHIB here. We'll go ahead and take a look at Doge as well. I know that this is trending presently, right? So we'll, yeah, sure, it's no problem, team. We'll go ahead and go over it. Right, so just for the sake of keeping things normal here, I'm just going to go ahead and use the Doge or the crypto asset token against the USD. I know most of you are using USDT, but also, there are people who are using USD as well. Okay, so let's see. If it's going to 30 cents soon, we'll observe those potentials as well. Okay, so Sebastian Lim is saying, it's weird miners like Wolf and Mara moving inverse, right? So I'm wondering here if you're getting the attention on other Bitcoin miners, right? So hold on. I think I have my list over here. Let's see what we have. Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna go into a site here, and I'm gonna find out for myself. By ticker symbol, right? Okay, here we go. So let's see what we have available to us. Other than the ones like Riot, right? Other than those. So let's take a look at you know what, I'll add it in here too for us to observe if there are any with other strength, right? So CIFR would be one, and completely inverse 2, right? But we have to see what it's like in the after hours as well. And then we have IREN, right? So IREN, similar too. It looks like all of them are kind of rhyming each other. Let's look at can. So this would be, yeah, look at that. They're all doing the similar little run here. And what else do we have? We have Hive and BTB, right? So this is another one here. It's also experiencing a downside. And BTB, let's see. So BTB, Bit Digital, right? Man, every single one of them. That's incredible. Dude, there is, I mean, are we going to catch one that's actually moving on? Like, what's catching it? Who is mining this? You know, who is creating the transaction? That is the better question here. ARBK. This is Argo blockchain, right? It's still the same or similar price action here. Let's see BTCM. So this is BTCM for Bit Mining Limited. Same situation? No way. You are observing this in real time, team. We are noticing here that none. One more here. Let's see. Gree, same situation. All of them with a decline. Who is absorbing all of these transactions? How is this happening? What, you know what? We still have Hut and maybe Cores. Let's see Hut. Hut, same situation. Even a lot of them with a bearish engulfing on a daily, and then CORZ, which would be Cores, right, for Core Scientific. Cores. Let's see. This is the only one. And it looks like it doesn't even have that much of trading history. But this is the only one maintaining some type of balance here. Wow. That is absolutely insane. Did I even do CLSK? That's another one, but it looks like I didn't. CLSK. Bearish engulfing on a daily too. Damn. But I will say that these appear to be more around, like, you know what? Actually, CLSK looks like the only one. So, guys, if there's anything to consider here, this one. It has had its run so far. So, there is my. Now that we did the entire back test here, now we know. Okay, and this is something that I did observe before, right? So I would say keep your eyes on CLSK for mining, for Bitcoin mining. If there is going to be an upside to consider, probably within this asset here. Major volume increase here. So now what we could do is put this on a daily time frame and run a correlation coefficient against BTC. So let's go ahead and do that now. Let's see. So TerraWolf, it's not running with it. So let's do BTC and apply. Okay, damn. Yes, this is where we want to be. Right? So let me just go ahead and add this right over here and bring the momentum indicators down. So see this indicator here? Well, that's the daily time frame. In fact, let's look at the weekly, which that would be a better read. Yeah. Oh, awesome. Okay. Yeah, this is what we want to see here, team. So a CLSK appears to be the one that's running closest to BTC. And I will say that this is within the 80 percentile of correlation. This is absolutely strong. And there's definitely correlation here against BTC here. A very strong correlation at that. Please notice here the weekly volume is increasing, very much similar to BTC. So let's add it here into the pane. We'll add Bitcoin futures in a new price scale, and please observe that, right? So let's kind of shift this into maybe candles instead. And let me press OK here and consider this logarithmic. And there you go. That is complete correlation to the ticker, right? So there you go, team. Now we have done the research. We have done the needed DD. Now we know that ticker symbol CLSK would be the biggest probability or the highest probability mover alongside BTC. All right. So Sebastian Lim, you got a new ticker to yeah, you should probably do this too. So Sebastian Lim is saying, Chad Vivian is saying, hey Arca, are you in the Discord too, brother? I came on here first to like. Everyone should do the same from Discord too. I mean, if you guys do have the time, I would appreciate it, team. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming on by. I do appreciate you hanging out with me here. And I'm going to go ahead and add this to my notes here. But yes, there is a high correlation miner here finally. And you know, that opposed to like tickers like Mara, right? So if we add Mara into the pool here, let's just go ahead and see its price, right? So although it is kind of related to it, it has downside, right? So it's I mean, I see the correlation here too, buddy, but I don't think I see it as closely correlated to CLSK, particularly in these troughs here, right? This is a double top formation here while these are creating higher highs, right? So this is, yeah, it's not reactive to the break of BTC's upside. So, yeah. So let's see. War Ministry Conflict is saying, I thought that the miners will go down due to having due to the halving and less they get from mining now. Well, well, you know, that's when there is contraction or when there is less Bitcoin activity, you know, like the bear market, right? Like where everybody just started removing positions at all. Yeah, you know what? I don't really know, but I just thought that the every single bull run that Bitcoin has had, the miners have been making massive gains. So I was thinking to myself, if we're getting positive price action here, then there could be an influx of you know, transactions, right? So that's representative in volatility. And we have, yeah, weekly time frame. It's expanded. 5-day time frame. Let's see, completely expanded. 3-day time frame in max expansion. 2-day time frame. Yeah, this is all just elevated transactions here. And who's managing that? If not the miners, then who? Right. So yeah, I think there's a really interesting price here, and CLSK is not valued unfairly whatsoever. $16.47, right? It's a very cost effective asset, right? So let's go ahead and kind of just put this to wraps here. So now we know that if there is a ticker to consider for correlation against BTC, you are observing CLSK as that new ticker, right? So let's see. Riot moving inverse too. So Riot is also moving against I wonder if they're having problems internally. That's maybe something that we have to check out, right? So chat saying, wow, let's see. Candace Morrison saying, nice. CLSK was down 8% today as well at some point, right? So, but let's see the daily time frame on this boy. Yeah, and then also, what did it do? Yeah, interesting. And I wonder why. Because it's still playing on its own rules, buddy. It still kind of has to abide by its own trading criteria. I mean, look at this, right? This was a run that was from $10 all the way up to $23. So a $14 increase here. This top side, this trough is the resistance today. So, you know, while Bitcoin is running, that, you know, these assets, they still have to perform their character as well, right? So whoever is holding this, massive short positions open, massive take profits, it would run against Bitcoin's price right up here, right? Because it is its inflection point. So beyond, I will say beyond this point here, your next resistance level is located close to the top, 32 to 24 to about 43.61. That's a huge range, right? So this as soon as it starts breaking above this 23, that should be you should be seeing here about a 10-point runner on this after that. And let's see its daily ATR. Presently sitting at about $2.36. Let's see what the 12-hour close is. $16, right? So $2.36. That would be around $19 here. And as you can see, the opening of the prior 12-hour candle is 1909. So this can make a full roundabout move, right? So in fact, you're close to the floor here. So on CLSK, your bottom side is to be looked at right here. This is your bottom side. This is your max demand zone here, since we have been hovering over this support for now, let's see, since February 13th all the way up to today, right? That's your inflection here. Breaking below this level, yeah, it's you know, that would be risk off or risk on for shorts. But in all reality, it looks like we're coming back down to test that area there. So let's just take a look at the RSI and find the signal line, or sorry, yeah, find the signal line above the pink SMA 14. Where could that be though, right? So let's just see where that is in relation to time frames here. Probably the bi-daily or the 3-day. Ooh, okay, the 3-day signals that we still have a little bit of pressure to the downside. It is in the gravitational zone for downside continuation, and there it is. 1 day and 16 hours to close the 5-day time frame. Take a look at your RSI in the gravitational zone, facing support from both that gravitation and the SMA 14. Little tiny bit of downside here before a continuation to the upside. We still have 1 day and 16 hours to close this candle here. This is likely to find support in the area that we just spoke of, 1501 to 1550 here. Get that drop into there, validate this, continue on to the upside, right? And I say this because the candle that we closed here, this is a red candle, but it's an inside bar. It is not outside of the bounds of the prior 5-day candle. That means here that we are still, in all essence, creating higher lows, okay? So this is still very bullish. So if this thing does consider to come back down, it looks like we'll get an impulse run to the downside here, accumulate, right? Distribute to accumulation. And then the upside could be happening, right? So this is, yeah, very impressive upside on this ticker here. And I do, and here you go, daily time frame bearish engulfing. Sure, we could experience here a little dip into that zone there. No problem. No problem whatsoever. All right, so that is, let's see, Mara has my Dollar Tree recent. Oh, I see. Trading with that range all the time. I see, my brother. So I would imagine it's, Candace is saying, I would imagine it's probably easier for the shorts to short the miners than BTC. Yeah. Well, I mean, it depends on your pocket, right? So if you have a pocket that's probably an 8-figure account or a trading account, then even deep 6 figures can do it, right? So if you have an account that can withstand an average true range of a 5-minute time frame being around, what is it? I'm curious. Is it really $400 around there? Let's see the 5-minute true range here. It is, and I guessed it. It's 406.46 on an average on the 5-minute average true range. That means that for every 5-minute candle that opens, the asset can move $400 up or down within those 5 minutes. You understand what that means? Some people trade with a stop loss of $2 or $3. On an hourly. So this is quite the interesting price action here, right? And geez, I just wanted to, I was speaking to my brother earlier on the phone, and I told him, dude, this thing can move over $2,000 in average true range on a daily. That means that it probably has a $400 5-minute ATR. We come over here and find out that it's 406.46. Of course it is. My goodness in heaven. This is absolute power, man. So, yeah, I don't know that I would, I don't know that, even short sellers, they would just take advantage of scalps here, right? Because 68, 67, 66, 66,200 would be its daily retracement. And this came down to 65,150. So that was already overextended. This is a FOMO wick, right? People thinking that it could still go to the downside. But the reason you get this huge wick to the downside and then this huge recovery is because of liquidations, right? So people getting liquidated at these run-ups here. So as this thing runs up, all the 100xers, all the 125xers, right, on their margins, they will likely get just literally just demolished as this thing runs its 5-minute $400 upside. Like, dude, come on. Very true, LOL. Big Pockets says Candace Morrison. Absolutely. My goodness. So, team, that is pretty much it here for our outlook within the BTC spectrum. Of course, we still have to take a look at SHIB and Dogecoin, and we will do just that. I will say that I still see a massive continuation to the upside, and those targets that I am talking about are almost unbelievable targets regarding an asset like SHIB or like Dogecoin. Okay, so let me go ahead and just fill up on water here, and we will talk about some of those absurd targets to the upside that we can experience together. Just a moment, team. Okay, team. Okay, team. Thank you so much for your patience. Let's go ahead and get back in to the analysis, right? Let's see here. Let's see. All right. So, yeah, let's, you know what? I can do this real quick here. Let's take a quick observation over what's happening here with a Doge into SHIB, right? And we'll finish off with those before we move on to the broader markets and understand what happened, because team, I will say today was a banging play and a banging day for the Arca Bulls trading team within ticker symbol NVIDIA, right? Our projections from the market prep on Sunday evening for the Monday's price action worked out to I think about 98% or 99% to our targets, right? Which was just massive and very, very interesting to observe everything, I guess, in real time, right? And what I mean by that is we executed a play that led about, I mean, in options contracts, they would have been around an 85% to 100% gainer, right? So this is pretty much what we were observing here, right? Oh, there we go. We were observing the probabilities of taking profit around this range, 867.57 to 880.71. Price action came right there to that top side of 877.38. So this was from an opening down here, right? This was your opening of 831. So massive upside starting from the early pre all the way into the pre-market, market open, and then to that end of day, right? So very, very interesting run here. And I will say that there is a little hint for a continuation to the upside, and we will dive into that just after we observe here the dog coins, right? So Philly, my brother, what is good? Good to see you here. Had to take a break from homework. I'm swamped. Philly, that is awesome that you came over here and took a break with us. I can't thank you enough. I'm sure that that's killing you at the moment, right? I know that there are students out there trying their very best, and please try your very best to stay away from the drugs, right? You know what I'm talking about. But please be safe out there nonetheless, right? Joseph, what is up, my dude? Saying I have a 6-figure account, but going to the left the other way. My goodness, we have to shift that so it can maintain in the center and then turn to the right? We'll try our very best to do that very thing, okay? So as you can see here, team, liquidations are still presently happening, right? That usually happens with a FOMO run to the downside, where all of the doomsday preppers over here come up and say, you know what? That was definitely the top side of Bitcoin up there. Bitcoin is going to $4,000 tonight, right? Of course it's not, and you will get liquidated, right? So these downsides are very limited. Yes, they can be a couple $1,000s on BTC, right? But it's all good. 5-minute time frame, you can see here that it has 1 minute and 52 seconds left to close above the EMA 200. If there is something that I've noticed that has worked within the crypto space, I will say that it would be the SMA 60, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at this. It's really no different than any of the other algos that I've created, but I am developing a new series of averages, right? So this is going to be the Arca Bulls Trading ABT dark averages, right? D-ARCAs, right? So these are the dark averages here, giving you the higher probability retracement or current moving averages, right? It does have the ability for you to shift into other types of moving averages, right? So it does have its own thickness as well. So you can choose between these options so far: SMA, EMA, WMA, and volume weighted MA, right? So all of that in 6 different variations can be in your control, and then you could also use color coordination here too, right? So this indicator will also be available to the Arca Bulls Trading team members, and it will be released soon, as it's almost done. So please go ahead and consider joining the Arca Bulls Trading team. I will share the link here in the YouTube chat, right? So let me just go ahead and do that now. Okay, so here you go, team. Let me just go ahead and show you that. And consider hitting that button, right? ¿Qué onda, cabrón? I didn't see you in here. What's up, buddy? How is it going? Everything chilling with you or what? Oh, yeah. So, anyway, team, yeah, per the requests here, because this is I honestly can't even believe what I'm seeing here, right? This is it's, I mean, the people in spot price action here must be making a stupid killing, right? This pretty much 70% run from Sunday to today. It's just been about 2 days of price action running 70%, right? So, I mean, God forbid here we see the week, right? So the week here is consistent of a 150% upside. Talk about parabolic price action here in all of the assets that are presently built under the BTC network, right? So I know that Ethereum network tickers have also been rallying to that upside, right? So let's just see what those probabilities are. As you can see, the correlation between Bitcoin and Doge is pretty tight, right? So let's go ahead and add that into the price scale here. There you go. And let's consider making these candles, right? So you can see what it's like, BTC versus Dogecoin, right? So here you go. This is BTC thus far. You have that hammer candle here, and this is Dogecoin, right? You have that hammer candle there as well, right? So you can see the deep correlation here between assets like this. All the dog coins and stuff, they're all going to be very, very highly related to or correlated to the BTC asset, right? So as this thing flashes to the downside, these assets will also flash to the downside and continue onwards and forwards and upward, right? So we have 38 minutes to close this hourly candle here. The likelihood of continuing to the upside is very great. In fact, I can see Dogecoin breaking into the $30 level, $25 level. Let's see, if it continues to move with this type of consistency. Let's take a look at volatility and momentum first of all, right? So let's kind of catch that bias here. So this is a immediate short-term hourly time frame. This probably already is playing out. Let's see the 15. It could be corrective towards an upside. It is, right? We're at critical expansion here. This is likely to start making its move to the upside. And if we are going to get a continuation here, yeah, it would be in respects to the 15-minute and the 10 and the 5, right? So you can see here clean upside pivots, huge expansion up there, right? 10-minute time frame, same critically expanded upside here. We are literally throttling towards the upside in the immediate short-term time frame. And that being said, 15-minute time frame does have a reversal candle here, and in 7 minutes, this would be the validation candle for a continuation to the upside here. A little choppy, and it's going to take some time for it to really move on here, right? But as soon as Dogecoin is above all of its moving averages, right? Particularly here in the 15-minute time frame, above 19 cents. Let's see. 19 cents at the SMA 10. 19 cents. I think this is the SMA 5, right? As soon as it's over 19 cents, this will probably start to experience a pretty nice run. Quick little reversion candle here, right back down to 19 cents, and then this will likely run past 20 cents, 21 cents in the next I'd say in the next probably hour or two. And just with a little bit of patience here and discretion, okay? Because this is getting ridiculous here. These are really dangerous highs, as Bitcoin now has reached literally $100 shy of its all-time high of 69K. 68,849 is no joke. All right, team. So there's no telling what's going to happen at the break of that. It's a little different than equities, right? Usually when you run into that, when you run perfectly into that 69K, you would just get the huge reversion. We're definitely catching that right now. This may be this actual retracement here may be the retracement before it actually continues to the upside. So in other words, this is your BTC shakeout before continuation beyond its 60. So the valuation here on the left, right? That's the 69,000, 68,000, right? Holding the candle here shows that 69,000 top. It's a little different here on Bitcoin futures, right? It's priced a little bit differently. There's arbitrage to be made through exchanges and also through Chicago Mercantile Exchange as well. Okay, so yeah, I do think that this is a temporary shakeout here. Get the bears, get bear liquidity here. Get this thing to run to the upside and continue onwards and upwards. So yeah, that is my analysis here. Now, how far? I guess, right? I can give you just one more thing. How far can Doge go beyond the 20 cents? Right, I can't believe this, man. I do have some Doge as well, and I have Doge at around 6 cents, but very little. So, how far can this go? Right. So let's take into consideration the swing, the range high to range low with a fib retracement. Right. So let's go ahead and do that now. Yeah, I would say the next stop. I was thinking around 30. I was thinking around 30 cents. Right. So. First retracement would be at around 23.80, 23.835 here, 24 cents ish, right? Get the retracement here, bounce back into the area of about 20 cents, maybe even 22 at the one words. Maybe just make sure that I'm still connected. Please let me know. There we go. It looks like OBS reconnected. Please let me know if you can still hear me. Trading team in Discord and in YouTube, please let me know that you are able to still hear me here. I thought I was disconnected for a little bit. Throw an A in the chat if you can hear your boys speak, right? And let me make sure here that I am actually... Looks like the microphone is on everywhere. Okay, thanks, Aiden. Appreciate you, my buddy. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and... thanks, Brad. Appreciate you, buddy. Damon, thank you so much. Daniel, thank you. All right, so yeah, let's go ahead and continue here on to SHIB. And Candace, thank you so much. Similar situation here with SHIB, right? In fact, this one had just a way deeper shakeout. But please remember that SHIB is, I mean, this thing is worth 4 zeros and 3 8, right? So, I mean, Dogecoin has already broken its 1 cent mark. In fact, it's it's 18 cents, 20 cents now. Right, so SHIB still has a long way to go. It's still, it's going to be very volatile, right? That's why you get these gnarly drops into here, man. I mean, that's 45, yeah, 4 zeros and 4 5 down to 4 zeros and 19. That's crazy, or 20, right? That is that is pretty insane. So now we're clear. Yeah, we're clearing several moving averages right here. We're about to start bouncing and validating. In particular here, I don't usually use it all the time, but you're bouncing off of the SMA 100 right now, right? The SMA 50 may not be the best one to observe here. In fact, let's go ahead and close out these averages and observe the SMA 60, right? So let's go ahead and pull up the ABT dark averages here and see what we have as far as that 60 SMA. Yeah, that would be 41.38, slightly deviated away. And you can see cleanly here, right, that we're definitely using the SMA 30 from for resistance, right? Pulling back into this other moving average, which is your, where the heck do I have it, right? This one right here. Where's the value there? I can't even read it. That's going to be something to modify there. 38.44. 38.44. It looks like we're sitting on that resistance there. Oh, support, sorry. So if we can get that support, continuation break of the SMA 30 and the SMA 60, this would be risk on the 5-minute time frame, as I do believe multiple time frames are landing right around there. So Smokescreen, how you doing, buddy? What about Vera? Let's see, it just got listed on Coinbase. It's at 11 cents. It's supposed to be something to do with crypto casinos. Oh yeah, so there is the gambling side, and I think it's a whole sector dedicated to that as well. You know who I learned that from? Actually, I learned that from Alex Becker. That guy's a freaking hoot, right? Anyway. So yeah, that is presently the risk here. Let me take a look at the hourly time frame and see how that's behaving thus far. Am I making an Arca coin? Dude, that would be insane. So cool. Take a look at the hourly time frame combating that EMA 9 right now, right? It looks like it's using it as support, which would be equivalent to the SMA 10, right? So if we can maintain this here, yeah, it looks like we could make a continuation to the upside here, breaking that 45.75 in the clear skies. That would be really, really, really ideal. Now, as far as an upside continuation, I will not consider the FOMO candle, right? I will not consider this, but I will consider the, let's see. Yeah, I would consider the swing or the zone here, right? This range, the range low to the range high. So this candle here to the top side, let's take a Fibonacci retracement tool and see how far this can go up, and we can provide some targets there. We're completely expanded now, a little bit of a pullback here on the hourly time frame, but we already noticed that the 15-minute and 5, 10, 15, and 30 that are starting to read the upside now, okay? So another thing to observe here is that we are currently bouncing from the golden pocket, which is between the 0.618 and the 0.382 Fibonacci retracements, right in here. This is a very bullish area to be in. As soon as we can clear some of these resistances here, and particularly the existing bars high, 29 minutes to close, very likely this can continue on to the upside here. A little bit of retracement from the 45.78, 1 fib, right? That's going to be your top side of the price action here, an all-time, and 52-week high. After this, we can observe price action, I would say, into the 60s. Now, that's particularly interesting because I do believe that SHIB has an 88 top. In fact, it does. It has a 4 zeros and 90. Okay, so we're already talking about getting up to the 61-60 range. This is roughly, this top side here, 46. I remember in 2021, I took profits at 54 and around 58. Literally here, right around here. I remember it was around 54 or 58. It could have been here. Was this? Yeah, this is November 2021. So it could have been around there, right? It did run a very impressive run. And then everybody just started noticing here that it just started capitulating, right? Well, that's because of its all-time high. Its all-time high was 90. But now if we look closely, there we go. That's the top side, 88.90. I was wondering if it was, I'm sorry, it was this that was 90, right? But the new high that we created when we traded it, or when I traded it, was 88.94. There we go. Okay, so yeah, team, I think that SHIB still has a very long way to go. In fact, I may even consider, me personally, not financial advice, right? I may consider averaging into my position at the break of maybe 50, right? So at the break of 50, I think I may average in and let this thing continue to the upside here and take profits around that 88 level, right? So that would be an increase of, oh my goodness, man, that would just be ridiculous. So let's go to that 88 level here. And that would be taking it another 72% run that can be realized in just a couple of days, right? So BTC with massive strength right now. Okay, team. So that is going to be my analysis here for SHIB. Now, watch out here with a 61.60 target, right? Likely a retracement back to around the 50 zone before a continuation to the upside. And that is it for SHIB and Dogecoin, right? I know somebody here did ask me, you know what, Smokescreen, Vera, since it doesn't have that much information, I have no edge there, buddy. And War, Misery, and Conflict said, I am making an Arca coin. My dude, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for your support. And Joe, you know what, buddy? I know you're my master student. I'll go ahead and honor that for you. Let's take a look at it real quick. You know what? I'm not going to do the crypto cap on this. Let me do XRP against USD, and we'll do that on Coinbase. Okay, let me make sure that I have dark averages on instead, right? So yeah, I noticed that I don't have it on everywhere. It's a new addition. Yeah, everything retracing to that SMA 30 before a bounce, right? Resistance at the SMA 10 presently. This was the only thing I'm really afraid of on XRP is that this is, okay, not a bearish engulfing, but it is a red outside bar. That red wick may get taken out one more time. And if it does get taken out one more time, then it does have a pretty interesting downside, right? Present support at 6071, bounce to 6183, retrace all the way down to your SMA 60, aka the low of this range here at around 5868. But I don't see it. I don't see it surpassing this at all. Actually, I do think it's a normal pullback, and it's likely going to continue to the upside after it. As you can see, it has been doing these shakeouts little by little, right? And then it'll likely continue to the upside. This is just because you're getting into a very anxious level of BTC. Okay, so presently, 4-hour bars here, volume bars increasing, right? So you're looking good with volume as well. Volatility expanding. You have a 4-hour downside, but that's only natural. Let's see the hourly here. Oh, you know what? It's the same situation. I see it. So 5-minute time frame upside on stochastics. You're also expanded. This is the 10-minute time frame upside. You have expansion. 15-minute time frame upside with expansion. 30-minute time frame starting to read that upside and leading into expansion. Yeah, the time is. The time frames are cascading into each other here, right? And there's likely going to be an upside here beyond 67 cents, right? So the 67-cent top, let's see what that is correlated to, right? So 67 being right around here, 66.99 to be clear. Oh yeah, that's just it's just temporary. This is this was there's little areas here that are literally suggesting pullbacks, right? So let's see. Yeah, perfectly said, right in here. This was your current support, resistance. Sorry. So yeah, I think that as soon as you start breaking above that, 66.99. Upside targets could be at the space of 70.12 to about 70.77. Okay, so that's going to be your next resistance. So about 70.77, right around there. Okay, so as soon as you do get this top side of the price action, the likelihood of retracing back into the zones of 67.48 to 67 would be a high probability for validations of newly converted resistances into supports, okay? So this would be your retracement target right down here. And it looks like we have a daily ATR of about 0.345, and the hourly is the 4-hour is 0.21. Okay, so let's see. So it's 64. 4, 5, 6. Yeah. 64.16 plus your 0345, that's 67. Yeah, this is set to come back to the upside here to 67 top. We're going to be testing that range. So, and that I imagine could happen in the next 2 hours and 21 minutes as the 4-hour candle is set to close within that time, right? So just make sure here that we don't get that downside first, but we already know the downside targets in case that does happen, okay? I personally think that if you do face another downside, it's likely just going to double bottom at around 60, this low here, 62. So it's a little overextended though, man. It is kind of far away. But it did reach its true range nonetheless. And that is, that is my analysis here for XRP, likely to continue to the upside here. Bitcoin is showing just enormous potential, and this is this is also breaking out of a cup, so that's that's giving you another set of targets too. Let's see just real quick. Let's get this price objective. Psychological price objective would lead, and what do you know, bam, this is my next target. The cup and handle is literally telling us that we would reach my discretion perfectly at the 50% of the discretionary target. There you go. 70.12 to 70.80. And I guess we can do one more thing, right? Let's go ahead and take a fib retracement from this range right over here. And let's see, or maybe we can take it from that range to the bottom side, or is that too much? Let me, sorry. I see where I am supposed to do it from here. Okay, so we have it from this range here to this bottom side. It looks like we're literally resisting from the 2-spot 618, and of course the next topside target is set to be perfectly aligned with our discretionary or psychological take profit, right, at 70.38, 3-spot 272 at 70.51. Very impressive. Very cool, very cool, very cool. All right, so that is it. Arca, dude, I do. That picture is gonna follow me till the end. I thought that. Oh my goodness, man. You know what? I was observing the charts on Pepe because that thing was in play like crazy, right? So Joseph is saying, do you think XRP is going to move soon? We have been waiting for a long time. Oh, dude, yeah. Come on, man. This thing, it was sitting at what was this in January? We're in March now. So in January, this was sitting at 48 cents. I mean, I don't know what you consider a move, but dude, 48 cents to the present price action is already a 31% pumper, right? Where we were sitting just a little bit ago was 38%. And I am projecting a top side to 45% before retracing and then making new highs, right? I do think that as soon as we're over the 74-cent zone, that's gonna be pretty interesting, man. 74 break could lead into 84. That could be big jumps there. Big jumps. All right, so that is it for the read here. So Joseph is saying my average is about 60 cents. My exit is about $10. What? Dude, I mean, if it does reach $10, they'll probably give it a year or two. Right? I don't know that it can reach it in one shot like that, right? Or within a month, not even. I don't think it could reach it within a month at all, actually. But I honestly think it could reach it maybe just within a larger time frame, right? But I mean, in all reality, right? I mean, because 48 to 70 cents, that's already respectable, right? And this run here from October 2023 to about November 2023 to just about the beginning of the year here, that ran from 47 cents to 75 cents, right? So that's not a bad run there either, man. This thing does have high volatility. It was a 58% run. So that's why I'm saying that I wouldn't doubt this running into that top side of 70 cents. I do feel like it has that shot, but for $10, dude, it's a big milestone for this to reach the $1. That's going to be a critical resistance. Right, so let's get it there. Let's get it to break $1 first, brother, and then we can talk about maybe $2. Lou says 10K in the future. Well, if XRP does give us enough utility here, which is showing promise, then maybe, right? So it's going to be cascading valuations of tickers with utility for transactions. But in my honest and humble opinion, Solana is next. Lou is crazy, man. That guy be crazy, brother. Let's man. It's just, and it's going to seem like he's been talking about this upside. It's not that. It's not that. XRP, the only way XRP is going to run is if Bitcoin runs. So Bitcoin runs, everything under the sun runs. Right? So again, don't let one person tell you that this is the one ticker that's going to make you millions of dollars. No. It's a bull run, right? Bull run that you throw a freaking dart to a list of tickers and you'll probably make money on that one the next day, right? So just confirm the break of 69,000 on Bitcoin and you will likely see a surge of influencers come into YouTube saying this is my next meme coin is about to 1,000x, and then it did because Bitcoin goes up, right? So yeah, Just be very careful in the markets and who you listen to, my brother. But I will say that Bitcoin is running into potential huge bull territory. And that being said, we have around 40 days left, for 39 days around there for the Bitcoin halving, right? And we know, historically speaking, Bitcoin halvings have rallied Bitcoin into the tens and tens of thousands of dollars in the upside, right? So that's a huge catalyst coming up, and one that is particular to BTC. And if it's particular to BTC, that means your ticker runs with it too, brother. So now, team, let's go ahead and evaluate ticker symbol NVDA. Right, today was the marking of a huge upside target that we were looking at in Sunday's market prep. Right, we were observing the potentials of coming up to this resistance. Right, we were looking at 867.57 to 880.71. Price action ended up reaching 876.95 out of our projections. That was a very impressive top side. I gotta say that my the only type of conviction I had in this play was because I didn't see any type of clue that there could be any sellers up there, right? In fact, I think that maybe the sellers are thinking that this is a running freight train, and it's probably wise to, maybe not step in the way of it, right? as this asset could potentially completely trample one, right? It completely trample you, right? So you got to be very careful with this thing. This has a $30 average true range on a daily time frame. That is how we calculated the top side here and the probabilities of hitting that. Not only that, we definitely showed confluence between the Fibonacci retracement ratio of the 4.618 at 867.29 alongside the some other psychological targets, right, team? So we were able to take advantage of that play. I announced right when I was risk on earlier this morning. I just left it running, right, and it eventually made the top side. It looks like I thought I realized an 85% gainer, but no, I realized a 66.9% gain on this upside on that contract, right? So very, very awesome times here. Let's go ahead and create a quick little invite link here, right? And I will share it with the YouTube stream. So please consider hitting the link in the chat right here, right? And please join the Arca Bulls trading team, where you can trade alongside some very talented traders. I do have to say I'm very blessed to have the people I trade with daily. They're awesome people. Right. So anyway, team, let's go ahead and take a look at the probabilities here for tomorrow. So daily time frame close at 8:52.37, after hours running into 8:57.95. Let's go ahead and take a look here on my device and see what the 24-hour valuation is. Let's see. NVIDIA currently sitting at 850.87, right? So just below 850. Oh yeah, it did drop around 6.25 points. So let's take a look at that daily. 852.37 is it's just under the daily close. This is a good thing, right? Because if it does retrace during the 24-hour period, and then it continues into consolidating for the Euro hours or into Euro Open, then the probabilities here of it retracing back to its either the daily close or the post market, the post hours close, that would be a high probability for a gap up in the morning. So if any of you are holding options contracts overnight on this, there may be a gap up. Okay, so if you do experience a gap up, please be very careful, because this is not the best looking daily candle in the world, right? This is a little ominous. Regardless of the fact that it's red, right, or green, it's still in all essence a shooting star. Okay, so the shooting star does present potentials for a downside, right? So this close over here, 852.93, bottom side of the daily candle being 837, right? So that would, that's not even, it would be implied here if it did do a full ATR on a day, this is your support. Let's go ahead and note it down right here, right? So just in case, and guess what? We already have it there. This would be a retracement down to the 2 spot 618 at 823.35. Right around there, maybe even 822.73, right? This would retrace back into there if we gapped up like crazy in the morning. If we do, and then we start breaking the low of day, yeah, we would experience a full roundabout here, right? We'll get the extension, the full ATR extension downside, and then the full extension to the upside. So in which case would take us to the 880.49 level. Okay, so that is presently what I'm observing here, but it is getting a little, oh man, there's no evidence even still. Please take a look at your volume profile on a daily time frame. We are still getting inclining volume with inclining price. Man, that is it's almost unbelievable, man, that it just continues. Can I move my crypto to a MEXC wallet? I just found an extra $800 in a crypto. I forgot I had Arca. So, yeah. So what you could do, Ian, is open up maybe a Coinbase account, right? And from the Coinbase account, convert it into USDT. So you literally just go to USD Ticker and purchase it, right, with whatever dollar amount you have. Then you go into your MEXC wallet and you put deposit, right? So you click on the deposit button, and the deposit button will ask you, what do you want to deposit? So from the drop-down menu, you select USDT. And when you do select USDT, make sure that you select the ERC20 network for transfers, okay? Do not choose anything else other than the ERC20 Ethereum network, because you will be lost. That is the bottom line foundational transfer agent for Coinbase into literally anywhere. And it is the universal language so far, right? Things like Algorand and others, those will be figured in later. Okay, but for now, make sure to choose ERC20 for transfer on USDT, right? And then you'll copy that address and you'll transfer it into there. So the address you get from MEXC, and then you apply that address into the transfer function from Coinbase. You type in that address, and I will say that it may take 2 days. Okay, it sometimes takes 5 to 30 minutes. I get that, right? With 3 confirmation scripts or whatever the hell it does. But just know that it may be, because transactions are right now, they're a little delayed, right? Coinbase is experiencing network speed issues right now because of the high volatility. All right, so you may get that in 2 days. All right, so just be aware of that. Okay. So and if you do choose to open up a MEXC account, make sure to open up a VPN. Not financial advice, because U.S. citizens are not able to open up that exchange. So War, Misery, Conflict saying, what, really? A gap up? Potentially, right? Maybe so. If we do get downside here and consolidation in the post hours into the early pre-market at Euro Open, that means that we'll have the high probability of facing the floor before actually continuing to the upside, right? So we could recover the post hours close, which was 857.95. If you do catch that, that means that you're getting 852 to about 857 or 858, right? That's a 6-point gap up to the upside, and that's great. That's absolutely good, right? So I that's presently my analysis here for NVIDIA. Tesla was the other one that we did nail, right? We noticed here that there was a chance that we can come back to potentially test the top side of the 204 zone, where we've just been failing at 205, right? But we came shy of it. We tested 202.48 and completely rejected and fell as per expected. Right, team? Very interesting drop here. And as you can see, the hourly time frame is still dropping, right? So this is a dead cat bounce on the hourly time frame. Let's go ahead and put our projections onto that and see what it can do, right? So this would be your dead cat bottom right in here. This was the candle here, bottom side there. You draw the trend line from the top side of the dead cat all the way to, sorry, that would be to this end here. And then you apply it to the bottom side, right? So at the bottom side of that candle there. Your projected target would be 183.61. Why don't we observe what the 24-hour market is saying about Tesla right as we speak? Let's see. Ticker Tesla, TSLA. Let's see. So it is presently sitting at 185.65. Very interesting. Okay. So yeah, it's still hovering around the close. And actually it's 185.65 is right about here. Still hovering. Yeah, that would be the validation of resistance, right? And then the continuation to the downside. So not sure that this is going to do it in the after hours here. But the hourly time frame is certainly getting a little overextended. Historically speaking, this could still drop another. Let's see. We are at 20.47%. This could still drop to 9.76%, which means that let's see the 4-hour time frame, or maybe the bi-daily. We were in 5. Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, bi-daily. Perfect. This is your acting support. RSI signal dropping into the SMA 14 and gravitation here. This is likely to find its bottom side soon and potentially a higher low. Okay. Yeah, if that's the case here, team, that may be it. That may actually be it. If there is a regression to consider, then it would be this. Somewhere along the lines. So yeah, somewhere along the lines of this here. Right here. So it looks like it would make that downside target and then recover. All right, so be very, 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 very careful here, team. I know that this looks juicy, right? And I know that everybody wants to trade this damn thing, okay? But know when there is a clear overextension, right? You have a little, man, look at this. It's super bearish here, man, and it did lead to that downside. I'm not sure what this is looking like. But what I can tell you is that this was a failed wedge. I'm sorry, a realized wedge, right? So if we're experiencing here a rising wedge, that would be somewhere along the lines of this and this here, right? Your largest target to consider, this would be your extra warning, right? So your clean close would potentially be at this following candle. So there could be a continuation to the downside to around 177.57. Okay, so that now gives you a range. 177.57 would naturally be tied to the range low or to the swing low down to 175.01. There you go. So if it does catch the entire extension to the downside, then that would be it right there. Okay, this is your dead cat target. And it's suggesting a little bit of a breakout or breakdown from this trend line here. So did we already meet the target from the center of the triangle? Well, let's find out. Go ahead and take that trend line from the center top to the center bottom, apply it to the breakdown candle, and it looks like we did, right? So it's just very shy of it. And in fact, that would be after hours low. And there you go. There it is. This was suggesting 185.92. 185.61 is your bottom side target, and it absolutely reached it. Okay, so yeah, there could be a continuation to the downside here, team, beyond the dead cat. The dead cat is the signal of breakdown from that trend, and the psychological take profit would lead you back down to 177.57 to 174.90. That is pretty much a full, that is a full retracement here. Let me see what that target is confluent to. Yeah, that's those would be very, very close to your August 2020 highs. Right? So yeah, it is a critical point. This would be your March 2021 lows. Also near, I mean, we just broke down from this, right? Your May 2021 lows as well. Okay. Yeah, it does make sense. So formation meaning psychology and everything else, it does match very well. And I do see a downside continuation on this. Not even that, is that we're getting a very large read of that's a bear candle, man. That's bear. That's a bear. Let's see, Arca, what are we looking to play tomorrow? This could be one, right? Because I'm talking about a 10-point move here, right? It probably 11 points on Tesla, right? So this is, this could be a play here. If we do get a bounce, it may be from this downside here of 183.78. We potentially come back to the 188.12, maybe into 190.29. As soon as we start getting the reversion right here, right, we'll get we'll get short the asset beyond 183.43, and then it would be risk on for a short-term take profit. Options contracts to 180.23, extended move for shares at 174.90 to 177.57. So Tesla is definitely one to observe here. Then, of course, Nvidia could be in play as well. And we were also, and yes, and I'm sorry, I did mean to continue to talk about DWAC, as this is starting to expand into 7 to 8 point moves daily. So this could, and tomorrow being a huge catalyst as well. So let me see what the 24-hour valuation is for this damn thing right now. So Cryptic Trader saying 175.05. It's in a new channel. This is for ticker symbol TSLA. Let's go ahead and just come back here and observe what he's talking about. So 175.05 is what he's observing, and I couldn't agree more with him. He is completely confluent to the targets that I am speaking of as well. So he is saying we need to verify or validate the top, then the downside. Now for Nvidia, Cryptic is saying strong options open. The open interest is at $900. So a lot of calls, and he doesn't presently have a microphone, right? So I do agree with him. I was speaking just to the master students a little bit earlier today into explaining to them what I'm observing here for Nvidia in the weeks to come, right? So I personally do see the break of $900 into 1,000 potentially for Nvidia, depending on a FOMO run. If it does get the 1K, it probably is because we're getting artificially propped. We're getting some, data, and everything's feeling good. In fact, tomorrow may also be a catalyst for all of these assets to run, since who was it? Candace. Since it was who was it that said that we could not take President Trump out of the ballot, right? So that is, to me, that is broader market bullish. Man, the last parabolic bull run we had was with him in the chair, right? So do we want that again? Well, hell yeah, let's go. But I'm not going to talk about that, right, team? We're not talking about that. I'm not one for politics, but I'm one for the market runs. And I'm not talking about poop. Anyway, so yes, so tomorrow, we may get a very bullish DWAC, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at it. And Candace Morrison saying, yes, sir. Let's go ahead and pull DWAC up and see what the potentials are, right? So I want to take into account the daily time frame to see presently where it is, because this could be, it has some huge jumps and huge drops, which naturally make areas for the price action to slide up and down, right? So presently, let me just go ahead and get rid of this and this here, right? Very interesting here. This is It looks like that head and shoulders already realized, and it's now coming back up. Nice. Yeah, the resistance is from this chop area here. This was the May 2022 chop, and there is likely a break to happen, right? So if the break does happen, I do see that this top side resistance into this resistance, that was this right over here. Okay, so yeah, that's not too far away, right? So I think this would be the effort of about 2 or 3 days of price action. $45 or $46 into around that $60 zone. We're looking at around $15, maybe 2 days. The break of this 59 top, yeah, you do have a little bit of a resistance, 5 points up. Man, are you joking? 66 to 75. Then the jumps become more, they become bigger. So that would be a 5-point jump to 66. Then it would be a 10-point jump to around 75.30. 9.5 points right around there, right? And then from here, damn it. 14, damn. 14 to 20-point increase. Yeah, the team, there could be something a brewing here. Something a brewing. Right? So, and it's catalyst based. Daily time frame volatility is expanding. We have an upside, slight upside on the daily Stoke. 12-hour time frame is clearly where it's at. I do think that this the moving average is about to cross it's about to cross over, right? This is the volatility component is likely going to reach the top side here of 90%. We have a massive upside on that 12-hour. And the 8-hour is absolutely in play. We touched 90% upside pivot on the stochastic momentum. This is set to move to the upside on a statistical manner, and that would require a back test. And it looks like it has around maybe 20 iterations, 15 to 20 iterations to keep into consideration here. So it would have high probability for an upside. Not enough iteration to count, but still. Now, let's see. Joseph is saying, we all know that you love Trump. And I am Mexican and Salvadoran, right? So we all know you love Trump, brother. And Joseph is saying, we are waiting for another news about presidential immunity, which we all know that he had. So this could be the catalyst. Right, so I am literally on your side with that. That is why we're observing here DWAC. Right, take a look at tickers like Created Inc. ASTC, I believe, was the other one, and also Fun, PHUN. Right, so you know what? There's a lot. Yeah, there's a big influx of people talking about that freaking ticker, man. What happened? Are you serious? Did this thing for real get a continuation? No way. It's like it wants to teach some lessons, right? Okay, so what happened? Oh, it split, right? I didn't even know that happened. 20 to 1. Damn. So they made it cheaper for everybody to buy it. Okay. Yeah, two-day run here, $6 into $8. You are at inflection here, breaking that 860. You could get taken into the bi-weekly highs. If you do get heads up right here, right at around the 877, that could be a potential resistance to test your 846. But if you do pass 877, yeah, heads up on your 921 to about 941 targets, right? So that would be kind of what I'm observing here. It does have the volume read is really interesting because it wasn't a bearish divergence until the power hour read, and it ended green, which is very interesting. So heads up on that. All right, buddy. But yeah, I personally I personally would maybe consider staying away, right? This has a lot of psychological price action instead of traditional, right? So this is naturally going to it's gonna make people bleed at one point or another. So now Candace is saying also the judge from the Georgia case will hand down his verdict within 2 weeks over if he's gonna kick the DA and her boyfriend off the case. What? I remember somebody was talking about this. Was that today? Cryptic, that was today, right, bro? Somebody was talking about the it was Dos Equis and OGG. I think they were the ones talking about this, right? Yeah, that's very interesting. So anyway, team, hold on just a moment. Let's take a look at the spy and see if we had that retracement that we were speaking of in play or not, right? So this thing actually did not even move enough. Oh, man. Did it finally move enough, though? Wait, I'm confused. Where are my lines? Let's take a look. This was EWIK. Damn it. Let's see. I don't know if I did it on... I hope I didn't do it on Man Crush Monday. Let's see the spy. Yeah, I did it on Man Crush Monday, damn it. All right, let's see. Okay, so it looks like, it looks like option number one is trying to get fulfilled first, right? So, continuous downside here, which is very weird considering what NVIDIA did. How the hell is this possible, right? We're getting such a prop up here from NVIDIA that this thing just completely inverts it. So let's see. The DA was no way. Is that really true? I didn't know all that crap was happening. Oh man. Damn, talk about drama. They're like, you just messed it up. Now Trump is going to be the president forever now. Oh, dude, that is hilarious. I had no idea. Oh man. You know, guys, I'm really just stuck on the charts right now, right? I wouldn't be enlightened if it wasn't for all of you. So thank you so much for sharing that information. Of course, this is the reason why we are observing those tickers and the potentials of a continuation to the upside. Joseph is saying, bro, we love gossip. Dude, I agree, man. I definitely love my fair share of it. And I love when somebody else shares it to me and I don't have to personally look for it. Right. So definitely keep me in the loop. Right. But so I'm going to go ahead and just enlighten everyone here with the reversion play that we're observing. Coming out from the spy, right? Hold on just a sec, team. I'm having a little trouble here. Wow. Just a sec. Oh my goodness. Getting all intertwined here. All my cables. There we go. Okay. So, let's continue. So the spy, man, finally. So spy here, we are this is an 8-hour print and an outside bar, right? So this is likely going to continue to the downside here. 8-hour time frame expansion. We just crossed above that moving average. Hey, Jay, what's up, buddy? Good to see you here. Thank you so much for joining here. Of course, I told you I owed you one yesterday, right, buddy? I'll get you. So Candace is saying it was some juicy testimony. It was some juicy testimony to watch. Oh man, so the public, right? Jesus Lord, my goodness, that has got to be some, man. Imagine what it feels like to be in those shoes right now. Your entire life getting exposed right before your eyes, right? And you're thinking to yourself, damn, they're about to find my stash now. They're about to look at this. They're about to find my freaking browsing history. It's gonna be a world round of investigation here, man. Oof, right? I can't believe that actually happened, man. That is absolutely insane. That is just 100% something else. Anyway, team, so as soon as we get this moving average to be pivoted, as soon as we get an upside pivot here on the moving average to face the same direction as the volatility component, that's going to be risk on and a statistical signal for a downside on the SPY. Until then, we are innocent until proven guilty, right? So they'd say it's not there yet. It's not there yet, just yet, right? But it could be. Let me see. What day is it today? We're on the 4th, right? So I'd say by maybe Wednesday. Yeah, I say by maybe Wednesday, we could have a full-on fired signal for a downside, right? So that I mean, it could happen faster than that. Of course, it depends on the market participants if they're really going to rally it to the downside. I don't know, right? So that could be a potential there. Okay, so if that is the case, then that means that we may actually bounce from a range down here tomorrow. I'll give it to you right here. So that is going to be 511.15 to about 510.72. And I would honestly prefer this to be the first area to validate the 8-hour resistance at 511.43, which is the prior bar, right? This existing bar. Get that resistance grab and then move to our true destination, right? We're looking at two potential targets. And I will say that I'm personally preferring this one, 508.80 to 509.01. And this is your higher probability one of 509.74 to 510.13. After we get the entire retracement here, right, this area could serve as the new higher low, right? So we're getting those, we're getting that little by little, right? So we're getting those, I'm not sure that it's going to serve as a macro higher low here, right? Because it looks like we may have already printed one, or we're still due for another one somewhere in the near future, right? So what I mean by that is this. So we are printing these pivots, right? Like here's one, this is one here, this is one, this is another. Arguably speaking, this would be the one here, maybe that one there. And it looks like I don't think this could be one here, but there could be one more in the future, somewhere around the 513 area, which is the break of the all-time high around 514, right? So yeah, this is still a very bullish structure, nonetheless, right? So if it does inflect or break the inflection, the zone to watch out, or as they say, lights out, right? Crossing my line right there, bro. Yeah, that would be your 503.09 to 503.59. This is a critical inflection point and can introduce some pretty dangerous lows, okay? If you are long this ticker, please consider risk off at those targets. Although there is a high demand in this area there, right? There is also that would be also a confirmation break zone for short sellers to open risk. Okay, so heads up on that. And now I can officially, I guess I can't officially say it, right? I'm gonna just leave this here temporarily, in case this thing just wiggles into the upside first and then comes down. I'm just, I'm just saying. I felt, remember yesterday I was speaking about option number one being the case first before we continue, but I honestly thought it was going to be over the span of one day. This thing didn't move, like not even a half of it. Yeah, it moved 1 point. This has a $4 average true range on a daily time frame. So man, so it was so freaking slow. It was like watching paint dry. Anyway, team, that is my analysis here for ticker symbol SPY for the SPY S&P 500. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next ticker here for my buddy Jay Abrams, right? I know that it's late where you are, my brother, so let's go ahead and observe that right now. So that's going to be ticker symbol SOFI for SoFi Technologies, right? So here we go. Let's go ahead and pop this up in the daily, and let's see how we are moving so far. Right, so good. Oh my goodness, thank goodness that it did not break the inflection point down here, right? So now moving forward into what we were observing. Okay, yeah, critical points of support here. Very happy to have seen the upside so far. Now, why is it facing a downside though? Does it have news? It looks like a good earnings report. Okay, a negative reaction to the good earnings, but the forward guidance is what moved this upward. So it's still good. It's still okay. But the retracement here, let's see what the ATR is on a daily. So it looks like it's about 42 cents. Sorry. Wow. There we go. I'll get rid of that. So 42 cent average true range. It looks like it did. Yeah, I mean, it did around 63 cents. So not bad, right? So yeah, 63 cent retrace here on this daily. If it does retrace, there is a support coming up. But this is only 18 cents away though. So there is... Okay. Yeah, this may create a little bit of a bear trap here. Maybe. And I think that would be the line in the sand. Okay, so now I'm going to give you one more thing, okay? I'm going to adjust the gap bottom to here because of this gap, right? So, and this wick here. So that means that there is a chance to face a bottom side of about 830, 40, 50, 60. That's 30 cents. And just in case, let's see, 60, 30, 20. Oh, wow. Can it do it? Oh, man. Okay, and then I'm going to give you one more range to observe, okay? Because I think it actually may have enough juice to reach down here. Maybe. Right? So this would be, yeah, I think you have two critical zones to observe, okay? It would be right down in the 830 to 839. This is for tomorrow, right? And 815 to about 822. If that's the case there, sure, we can actually see a downside continuation here. DSR Global Rep saying, I heard Cryptic Trader is a sob that can't take jokes. Is that true? That's just what I've been hearing from other followers. Well, I don't know. He's not here for us to ask him as he's already out. But all good, right? Maybe we can catch him on the next stream. So anyway, so we have a daily time frame bearish engulfing here, right? And this would lead to a continuation to the downside no matter what. Right? So I mean, this is and it's also, please take a look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is your 5th day. This is also your the weekly break. So as soon as you get this weekly break on that structure, yeah, you're bound to come and test a different chop zone, right? In that chop zone, I know that we have a bunch of freaking lines everywhere, right? So I'm gonna display to you, whatever. Let's just do it anyway, right? I'm gonna just gather all this crap here and group it together and kind of block the visibility, right? So then we have raw price action here, and I'm going to show you what that chop area looks like, right? So this here, this we've been chopping here, right? We chopped in there as well. Now, if we move the, let's see if we move this back, see if we've chopped around there before too. Well, it looks like we have, right? We've chopped around in here, chopped around in there as well. We had resistance, support in here, resistance here, resistance there. So, yeah, it looks like a pretty relevant area for us to consider. Now, if we bring up the visibility, now you can see that it's within that zone that we're observing, right? Within this chop area. So now the next thing would be for us to break out of this, right? So yeah, sure, I can see us dropping into this zone here, but then what are we going to do for a continuation beyond this area? So then that would be us breaking the bi-weekly high, right? So, or bi-weekly would be the support that we're facing currently, right? So breaking that bi-weekly top as we reach or reclaim the inside here, we would need to break that bi-weekly high of about $8.57, and then we can move forward. I don't think that this is bearish. I just think that it's taking a breather, and it's potentially going to continue on its path to the upside. DSR Global Rep saying, never mind, thank you, Arca. Not a problem, my brother. Very good to see you here. Thank you so much for coming on by either way and interacting with the channel. I appreciate you so much. Let's go ahead and continue observing here, because I do think that this is just a temporary break. You know, you get this downside into here, load up with some new bulls, right? As soon as you get the new bulls to pick up the shares here, then it could actually continue to the upside. So natural distribution into a reaccumulation, and then you would create a new leg up, right? So I think risk on. As soon as you start breaking above this range here, 920 to about 946, that would be a pretty nice area to get an upside continuation of which, yeah, like I'm telling you, this thing has some pretty nice little slides, right? So that would break of 947. Yeah, that looks like you can get right up to that 1013. Maybe following day would be around 1054, meaning a 2-day effort, or I'm sorry, a 3-day effort here, right? So it looks pretty good. Not bad whatsoever. I like it. All right, and this downside here into this, it looked like it was a bear flag, but now completely invalidated, right? So that's also very good to know. The monthly close we got on, let's see, on Friday. So let's take a look at what that looked like. Okay, well, that's a green bar, inside bar. Let's go ahead and get rid of all this mess here and see what this is looking like, right? So, oh, yeah. Everything is looking really good here. Macro perspective is 100% healthy. And the reason I can say that is, you know what, we'll just go ahead and create a new chart here, right, and express to you why it's okay and why it's likely for it to continue. So monthly time frame, this is your new monthly candle here, right? 23 days, 14 hours to close. This was your prior month close here, right? So let's take a look at this. Let's make sure that we are on log and observe the very, very raw data, okay? So, or raw price action, right? This is going to be your formation theory, right? So this would be your bull pennant right here, right? And you're getting very close to its breakdown point. So the fact that I'm telling you that there is a further downside to observe, it is only natural. I do believe that it's needed. So my target was down to, let's see. Yeah, if we do reach that bottom side area, just in case, if we do reach 754 to 778, just in case, I'm not saying that we are, right? But that would be breaking inflection. So we'd have to fall beneath 815. So if we break it, 815, 780 around there would be the next target. Let me see. Yeah, and that would likely be around here. But this is macro perspective, right? So this could face a support soon at around a monthly time frame range could be at about 825 to 805. It's similar. And then this could get a continuation to the upside here, and that would be to around 977. So 977 rejects on the following month because March, you know, I'm thinking mid-March to mid to late March. I'm thinking a market pullback. So that lines up here. I do think that this pulls back into April, right? We could be experiencing here a short-term upside, then a distribution here, get down to 754, 760, right around there, 780 maybe, and then this would be ready for breakout into maybe in May. Maybe May is also a little bit of a bearish month, right? So if you do break out in May, let's take a look at your probabilities here, right? So this would be your first, your secondary target, right? So let's just say that you did break out from here, topside target 1294 from that angle. The breakout candle would have its own target as well. And let me move this over here. This would be your other target to consider. That would be 1157. And your largest, or the upper bound, would be right about here. There we go. We'll just apply it right next to these here, and it looks like 1653 could be the macro top here. And I will say that this center of the triangle is very curious, right? If you draw a trend line, from about here-ish, right? At the top side of this target, take a look to the left here. You definitely have clean supports and resistances observed here in its prior price action, right? So yeah, this would be an inflection to break. All right. So yeah, I think short-term potential upside before a distribution, and then we're still gonna kind of zigzag around here, right? So this still has time to. It's showing you that it still has its time to figure things out. So Joseph is saying, and let's see, are movements technical done by computers, or do supply and demand play any role? The encouragement is played via algorithm. So the algorithms will play into a certain direction, and the sentiment or the market participants will finish that run. So we will likely continue the ebb and flow, because the take profit, every number could essentially be fake too. But the take profit numbers are usually followed by a lot of experienced traders, and I've noticed that a lot of those targets I do share with them as well. Whether it's institutional or by market retail participants, I don't know, but I am sharing similar targets, right? So the formation here, I do believe it's psychologically made. And I do think that price convergence like this, when it converges into smaller and smaller, that is frequency based, and that will always exist. So whether the outcome is to break down or the outcome is to break out, that will be an ever shifting strategy here. So it'll likely never stay bullish. I'm sorry, it'll likely change from staying bullish, right? Because upside trend into convergence is continuation, right? That's what the trading rules suggest, right? Upside into pennant, that means upside continuation. Downside into bearish pennant, aka bear flag, would be continuation to the downside, right? So I think my bias here is that we have made an upside and started converging, so this is likely to make its move to the upside. Personal opinion. But yeah, I mean, a good question, right? Good question, my brother. But guys, I think we have maxed out our time here, right? We are just at the break of 10:35 p.m. Pacific time. We made sure to cover all the tickers, and it looks like we nailed it all very nicely. I appreciate everybody for coming on by. I definitely love that we had the entire crew up in here for this read. Please practice with risk management and be safe in the markets, okay, team? They're dangerous times. We're very frothy. You got it, Yuka Frita. You got it. Thank you so much for participating here. Okay, but if you have any questions or concerns, you know where to reach me, right? But I'm going to go ahead and include the link to the Arcables trading team in Discord. Please consider joining the team, and you will be trading alongside some very talented traders, and I'm very lucky to be partnered with them. And I can't tell you how much we benefit all together from them. You got it, Candace. Thank you so much for everything. And thank you so much. My family appreciates you. But with that said, team, I wish everybody very well and a very good rest of your very late night if you're in the East Coast, right? And hopefully a good afternoon for those of you who are abroad, right? But yeah, hell yeah, hit that like button before you head out is right. Thank you, Brad. Appreciate you so much, my bro. So let's go ahead and sign this thing way out. Please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. Never, ever, never, never, never. I need you to do your own due diligence and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well, a very good rest of your night, and I will catch you at the Bell Mañana. Adios.